Do not scroll because I want to tell you the story that is going to fortify your strength with God and your spirit life and help you to walk strong. When I say I was completely one of those people that did not do well with faith and God and understanding that God will put us in impossible situations just to walk us out of it, so we know that God was the only reason why we were there, I was definitely one of those people. I have to tell my story backwards because if I told you in the order it happened, it wouldn't have the same effect on you as it did in the order it was happening. Matter of fact, a year to date is this day today for me. So December 14th. And I still had a hard time. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Okay, so January 11th, 2025, I'm in my living room and I stopped to give a braids break. I had to be grateful and thankful because in my living room, I am sitting in my bunny slippers. I'm watching my favorite TV show in peace. And I am on my work computer doing work. And my hourly rate is basically like time and a half what my last job was. A month forward is December 11th, and I am on the sandy beach of Waikiki on a last minute impromptu trip with my baby sister. Like, she called me like, you want to go to Hawaii? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to go to Hawaii. And while we are there, y'all, we spending like we don't got no bills to pay. We got rich husbands at home. We is living lavish, child, lavish, buying expensive, eating expensive, enjoying ourselves, sleeping in and everything. Going back 30 more days. So November 11th, I drive off of the lot with a brand new car. And I'm not talking about new to me car. I mean, like, the car had less than 13 miles on it. Brand new car. A week and a half before that, God had told me to go ahead to the car lot and get exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Color and all. And if it was new, brand new car, don't worry about it. What makes that crazy is because when God told me to do that, I had got put on administrative leave from my job like 2 days prior to. I didn't fret. I took it as a good faith sign that God was saying, you're going to have your job. There's just some kind of crazy investigation. Don't worry. Well, that was the 1st of November. By November 7th, that mysterious reason why they put me on administrative leave came with an answer when they fired me. Why they fired me, child, I still don't know. Because they had to find all kind of stuff and make something up that sound good enough for them. So let's recap right quick. I just told y'all that was the 7th. On the 11th, I drove off the car lot with my less than 30 miles brand new car after making a $2,000 down payment on the car. And then less than a month later, I'm on an impromptu trip to Hawaii, just spending money. Came back and still was able to give my kids a great Christmas. And then a month later, I am putting a praise break, because I am at home working from an at-home job that pays me more, is less stress, and I needed that car that God said I should go ahead and get. Now, what was that impossible situation? Let me tell you, I'm not a single woman. I'm a mother with kids. As you can see, I have Paw Patrol sheets in the back. I have children. I have a mortgage, and I have another adult I'm responsible for, my spouse. You know, you can't just up and make crazy financial decisions like that when you just lost your primary source of income. But God didn't want me to have that job, no way. And God was like, okay, I'm going to move. But now you are in such a state where anything that happens from here on out, you know it was me and me alone. Listen, when I got to the car lot, I saw my credit score before getting to that car lot. So I came with a $2,000 deposit because I was for certain I was going to have a high interest rate and everything. I did not. The man, well, I did, and a few banks did not want to take me. The man at the dealership worked so hard, he was able to get my loan, my APR rate down very low. And he was like, and anyways, your credit score is good enough where you didn't even need this. And I was like, what? He told me what my credit score was. It was 7 something. I was like, that's okay. That's not the credit score I saw, but okay. Then there was a little snafu at the dealership where I wasn't able to drive my actual car off the lot because it didn't get inspected by New York. And you know, New York don't play. And it wasn't clean. The general manager of the store was so upset by that experience. Y'all, he gave me half of my first car payment. Yeah. Half of my first car payment in the form of a check and my first fill up of gas. When we got to the beach of Waikiki, when we landed and got to the hotel, the man upgraded our room. Okay. We were supposed to be over the lagoon, which is more like inside of the resort itself. So we would be looking inside of, our view would have consisted of maybe a little bit of, like, it was like a man-made area. But when we got there, the man looked at my sister's points and realized, you know, she had lots of points. And he was like, you know what? Let me upgrade y'all. Y'all room, you don't want it where it is anyways. I'm going to give you something that's by the beach. He was like, for real? And that job that I was telling y'all about in the beginning, it was always there. It was a per diem agency job that I had prayed for. God had given it to me. But then the opportunity that I thought was an opportunity, that job that I got fired from, that popped up. And when that popped up, I totally disregarded the per diem job. Listen, y'all, what was impossible about the situation was I wasn't supposed to be doing all of that. God gave me a break, helped me to bond with my baby sister, helped me to step away from a situation temporarily because I was emotionally going through it, and was able to do that. Plus, give me a car. I didn't have a car because I was in the mindset that me and my husband could not afford a second car for me. And yeah, we could. And then I was still able to bring home weekly checks that rivaled my 2-week checks with less hours worked and a lot less stress given. I could just cry. Because the goodness of God in that moment was unreal. Unreal. And to me, that was impossible. Impossible. My credit score being good enough to where I was able to get a lower interest rate. I didn't need that down pay deposit. Being able to go to Hawaii and spend without worry. And then recirculating that money. God is so good, y'all. God is so good. If you're still here, go ahead, like this video and save it, because I want you to come back to me after you open your Bibles up to Philippians 4, verse 4 through 7, and keep those words to your heart. Come back and tell me how it worked out for you. Come back and tell me an impossible situation that God totally changed your life on, because that's important. That is so important. I hope this blesses you and it finds you well. Good night.